Now, page 4, voting by pocketbook in November. They say that Americans vote with their wallets, meaning that if the economy is good and strong, then likely the party in power stays in power because people will not want to rock the boat. On the other hand, if the economy is poor, then likely the minority party wins. We saw this repeatedly all through the Obama administration. The economy was terrible thanks to Obama's crushing policies, and Americans punished the Democrats by giving Republicans the majority in the House and then in the Senate. However, today we have a robust economy. The numbers are looking good, great. Americans who are looking for jobs can find them. The economic future looks pretty bright. So under normal circumstances, the Republicans should cruise to victory in November. But these are not normal times. The new normal is an opposition party that flat out lies to the American people about the economy and about the 45th president. Case in point, the senior senator from Colorado, Democrat Michael Bennet, with the omnipresent political vulture Chuck Schumer right at his side.
For the first time in the United States in our history, over 50% of children now stand to earn less income than their parents.
Stop the tape. Now, that's somehow Donald Trump's fault. This is a generational thing. This was happening well before the 45th president was sworn in. This is because of life choices that this generation, the millennial generation, we'll call them, is making. Has nothing to do with the President of the United States. It's the choices that the younger Americans are making. They have a great opportunity now. They have a wonderful opportunity right now. This is very reminiscent of the 1980s when kids would graduate from college and there'd be no doubt that they could find a job, not just a job, but a pretty decent job, a good job, and that's what the environment is now. And my daughter's an example. She's got a job and she's got a second job. These are all kind of part-time jobs. And she's telling me, hey, Dad, I want to add a third job. And I told her she was out of her mind, of course, like any good father would. But the point is, she's not doing this because she needs more money, per se. Of course, she wants more money. But she's doing it because she has the opportunity, the availability of jobs. They're plentiful right now. There are more jobs than applicants. And that's a wonderful thing for people who are seeking jobs in this country. So to turn around and say a generational choice, a generational problem, if you will, is the product of the 45th president of the United States is economically insane. Roll tape.
Now, Donald Trump might look at that and say, well, this has been a problem for a long time. Why are you blaming me?
Stop tape. I'll tell you why. Look at Schumer. Look at these buffoons. I'll tell you why they're blaming Donald Trump, because they hate Donald Trump. And they just can't get over the fact that Hillary Clinton lost to Donald Trump. And from day one, when Donald Trump was elected, before he was sworn in, from day one, the day after the election, these Democrats came together and they said, we are going to attack this president. We are going to, their goal is clearly to try and make sure that Donald Trump does not finish his first term in office. Sure, they don't want him to be a second-term president as well, but they're trying to drive him from office one way, shape, or form. And that's where we got this entire nefarious plan and phony argument of Russian collusion between the Trump campaign and forces from Russia. That's where this all came from, because they want to destroy, they want to degrade and destroy the 45th president of the United States. Roll tape.
The answer to that is because if you set out to write a set of policies more opposite what the American people need to solve this problem, you couldn't do a better job.
Stop the tape. What Donald Trump is doing is pretty much what Ronald Reagan did in the 1980s, and we know our history, right? We know what transpired when Ronald Reagan lowered taxes, reduced regulations, shrunk the size of government, got government off the backs of the American people, put more money in folks' wallets. We know what happened. We saw a boom like we've never seen in this country before. It was a boom that not only transpired through the 1980s, but all the way through the 1990s. People don't realize this. Well, how can it be the Reagan economy when Bill Clinton's president of the United States? Because of the foundation that Ronald Reagan laid for the next president, Bush, and then the next president, Clinton. And it really didn't end until the recession hit in the year 2000. And so what we're seeing here with President Trump is Ronald Reagan 2.0, revisited, if you will, a very similar and beneficial environment for the United States economy. And these Democrats simply cannot stand the fact that, number one, Donald Trump is keeping his campaign promises, and number two, it's working. So, this is the question, isn't it? This is the question. Will Americans pay attention to this political garbage, or will they pay attention to their improving bottom lines? That's what the November election is going to come down to. Truth or consequences.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.